This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Miami! To mission control, we have liftoff. PhinHub! PhinHub! We talking Dolphins City! PhinHub! Yeah! It's that Dolphins Show! PhinHub!
Welcome to the PhinHub Show, the one NFL podcast you can't leave off your roster. Now here's your hosts, Joe and Kevin DeHaven.
All right. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the PhinHub Show. It feels really good to be back. We were on hiatus for a little while, but we're happy to be back for you guys. And for the Miami Dolphins, we got a big night tonight, our first preseason game against the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of decisions hang in the balance here, and a lot of players looking to make that next step. Maybe some people on the roster bubble looking to make have a nice performance to solidify themselves on this 53-man team. Kevin, what do you got, man? What are you thinking?
No, just super pumped that, football's back, man. It feels like an eternity.
Finally back.
Crazy to see, the Patriots playing yesterday and all that stuff. So it's kind of cool, but a complete dud of a game, But at the end of the day, what we're excited to see is the Dolphins play. So I'm pumped. I can't wait to see, all these position groups, go at it and potentially make jumps on the roster. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It really is, man. Before we get into everything, I do want to address some things. We had our jersey giveaway going on for about a month there, and then we went on a break, and it was poorly timed, and we didn't really get a lot of submissions, not like we were hoping. So we're keeping that open for another couple weeks. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and share with the rest of your friends, and you may be the lucky winner. Yeah, aside from that, we have partnered up with BetUS. So let's have a word from our boy, Mike Vick, one of my favorite all-time players.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
So yeah, guys, BetUS. Drop your bets in. Let's make some money together. I'm going to be placing a few bets. And
Definitely.
Yeah, let's see what we come up with. All right, so let's get straight into it. We have our preseason game tonight. Super excited to finally have some Miami Dolphins football back. We're going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Probably not going to see a lot of starters on either side of the ball. But for the Dolphins, who are you most excited to see on offense tonight and maintain the knowledge that a lot of starters won't be playing? So realistically, who do you think will be playing, and who are you excited to see from that side?
Well, for starters, just in general, the whole game, I'm super excited to see it just because we've had these joint practices. You see this bad blood brewing between all the guys. There's been multiple scraps out there, so hopefully it translates in the game and makes an entertaining game. But on offense, I'm extremely excited to see Malik Washington. There's been a little bit of a big position battle with the wide receivers and who's going to step in as that fourth receiver, possibly third. We still got to see OBJ, but obviously he's going to step right in and be OBJ. But also there's also the injury history and all that. So
you never know. It's a big number 3 spot, probably bigger than in recent years.
It is. So and you see Malik Washington kind of come alive the last 2 practices, kind of showing you what we've all been excited about and the type of player that he is, and the potential. But I hope to see him maybe make some flashes, make some big plays out there. And, he's probably going to be getting the ball thrown from Mike White and Skylar Thompson. But, if he can do something with that, I think it's something special. But what are you excited to see?
I'm excited to see Jalen Wright. I'm going to go with Jalen Wright. I think he's going to get a lot of carries in this game. I'm not expecting to see Devon Achane. I'm not expecting to see Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
We may see maybe a little bit of Jeff Wilson. Chris Brooks.
That's about it, though. I mean, we're just going to see those 3 guys.
So I think Jalen Wright's probably going to be featured the most in this game. And I expect it to be between Jalen Wright and Chris Brooks.
Okay.
You know, this game with the most carries. And yeah, it's we've seen a couple glimpses of what it can do in training camp, but it's completely different when you know the pads are on, we're tackling, and it's a live game. So it's going to be fun to watch some real football finally.
I'll throw a bonus one in there too. I really want to see Jody Fortson just because he hasn't been able to break out in camp. You know, there's a guy that we've all been kind of guessing is going to be something special for us. You know, nothing crazy, but, you know, we expected him to at least make the team and be a little flashy, you know, and making some plays. But you never know, man. Maybe once the game starts, you get to throw him out there and there's live tackling. Maybe he's going to, you know, step up, you know?
Yeah, I think the whole idea with Jody Fortson became a little bit more interesting, especially now, because I know Julian Hill has been playing pretty well, at least what it seems like in training camp. So
making noise.
Yeah, he's been making some noise. Jody Fortson seems like he's quieted down a little bit since OTAs, but now that we have word of Ezukanma's injury and we still don't really know the severity of the situation, I think Mike McDaniel has been pretty moot about that. He hasn't really said much.
Kind of opens the door there, right?
It kind of opens the door there for a big guy, springy guy that can go up there and catch that ball.
He is a former receiver too.
Also a former receiver. So who knows? Maybe there's another entry for Jody Fortson onto this roster other than the tight end position, especially with Julian Hill stepping it up as of late.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back to the Malik Washington stuff, there is a huge void, it seems, at the wide receiver position, like and at the depth. You know what I'm saying, that we have. So, you know, before I was guessing that Craycraft wasn't going to make the team, it seems like he's a solid lock. But you just want to see Malik Washington step up. OBJ is going to be there, but Craycraft is looking really solid. It's disappointing to see Ezukanma go down. So you want someone to step up.
Then
maybe
again,
Sanders. I don't know, but
then again, though, maybe Sanders, maybe Anthony Schwartz, another speedy guy.
I would love for him to actually make the team, but you know he has to really ball out.
And I'm really hoping that this Ezukanma thing isn't what I think it is. I believe Mike McDaniel said that it was not related to anything.
That's positive. If it's not related to last year's injury, the neck injury, which is something from college as well, right?
Yeah, and I think if it would have been so severe, I think that news would have had to have come out.
They would have shut him down for the season.
But still, it's a little bit strange that the whole thing is strange, honestly.
Definitely.
But I'm wishing the best for Eric Ezukanma, and I hope he can make his way back onto the.
Yeah, and I was extremely excited to see what he had. You know, it's kind of his rookie year. You know, they completely redshirted him because he couldn't get the playbook down last year.
We saw what he could do.
Yeah, we got a glimpse of it in that first game, and then injured the second game, and then he was out for the season, and then now it's like
and it looked like he was showing up to OTAs, really, you know, making some noise there, and we were really excited for him to be, you know, featured in some kind of hybrid role. Yeah, and
but let's see, man. Maybe he can come back.
Not what I think it is, but you know,
well, maybe there's an opportunity for him there. So I hope so.
Yeah. Well, let's move things over to the defense. Who are you most excited to see on defense?
So this one's definitely a two-parter for me. I'm extremely excited to see Quinton Bell because he's just making noise all camp, and it seems like he's one of the better edged rushers that we have on the team right now.
Yeah, surprising.
Obviously, you know, Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb are down, so if not, we'd be hearing all about them. But, you know, hearing that from this guy, you know, a guy that's been basically like a journeyman, he hasn't really made an effect on any team since he's been in the NFL. I think he came into the NFL in 2019, so it's been about 5 years. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see him, but I'm also extremely excited to see Chop Robinson.
Yeah,
because you know, obviously he's our first round pick and all that, but he seems like he's making a lot of noise in camp as well.
Yeah, and he's really got that motor.
Yeah,
you know, seems like so.
So I would, you know, first of all, seeing him in a Dolphins uniform, and second of all, just seeing him out there doing his thing. You know, that first step is lethal. He's got that explosion, man, and I hope he turns out to be like one of those top guys on our team, maybe the future next to Jalen Phillips. So extremely excited to see that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with Ethan Bonner, who has exploded as of recently has been making headlines, for his play in training camp. And we actually made a post for him dedicated a post to him on Instagram yesterday. So for those of you that don't know, we're also on Instagram. Check us out there. We come out with some daily news. But he's a speedy guy who looks like he's finally catching on, and a lot of people really are raving about him in training camp and what he can do.
Players.
And
Right?
so we have a ton of players, talking him up now. Amongst them was Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Who else had something to say? I know it's been going around like crazy. Why don't we just play some of those clips now?
Man, Bonner probably has had like the craziest jump from, I think, any player from last year, in my opinion. He just seems like a totally different player out there. He's more patient at the line. Maybe it's just a year on his belt. More his patience. He using his long arms. He obviously know he can run, so he can stay hip to hip with anyone. And he's playing with a lot of confidence out there. So I tell EB every day, man, you getting us better.
Is he the fastest player in the league?
Yes, has to be.
Who's close second?
He's got to be. Ethan Bonner.
Who is that?
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Ethan Bonner.
Well, yeah, walk me through this. Where's he from?
Stanford white corner.
Wow.
Jesus, going into his second year.
Shout out to the boy.
Stanford white corner.
Yeah, we're white corner from Stanford. He's from Texas. Yes.
Whoa, that's
rolling.
Okay, well.
He's rolling.
Yeah,
like J-Dub might be faster a little bit, A-Chain.
Yeah.
But
A-Chain's
I seen
What team is he on?
He's on our team.
Oh.
I seen E run with Tyreek.
Oh, wow.
So Miami just getting all the speedsters, huh?
All the speedsters.
Jesus Christ.
All the speedsters.
Saying though, you feel me? I've been doing this since what? 2016, baby. I'm a cheater. You feel me? I'm the fastest in the game, and I'm the fastest in real life too, though. Like I don't be talking my, excuse my language. I don't be talking my, but you feel me? Like I never let nobody take that crown from me. Like I'm gonna hold on to that forever. So Devon A-Chain, he fast, but I'm 998 fast. You feel me? I'm triple crown high school fast. You feel me? I'm junior Olympic fast. You feel me? I'm Mr. Houston. Nah, let me stop. Don't let me keep going on. Nah, but Devon fast though. He definitely. I would say he's like the third fastest on this team though. We got another kid on practice squad that's pretty fast. Ethan Bonner, white kid fast. Ooh. He the Bonner. He ran 22 and Camp had me like, okay, this dude. Okay. May not call him out in the race.
At the end of the day, I just want to be the best player that I can be. I want to maximize my potential. So yeah, I think I've gained a little confidence, and I think I deserve to be here. And at the end of the day, I do want to be on the field and I want to play.
So yeah, you can see like the excitement for Ethan Bonner showing up to training camp looking like this it's really spreading out to the locker room, and people seem to be really happy about this.
And it's crazy. He's been talked about since last year. Like, this isn't something new right now, right? So he actually had more opportunities than Cam Smith last year in Cam Smith's first year, and I believe he was an undrafted rookie last year. So there's definitely something in him. I think he's a special talent, and, just based off of the speed, everyone's saying that he might even be the second fastest guy on the team, if not the fastest. I think it's incredible. So I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy to think, you go up, you're in practice, this undrafted rookie, and you're going up against guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle every day. Mm-hmm. Now you bring in a guy like OBJ too. And then aside from who you're going up against on a daily basis, who are the league's best, probably the league's best wide receiver duo, at least top 3 duo, right?
Yeah.
You're also being coached up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, not being coached up, but you're playing alongside a guy like Jalen Ramsey too. Kendall Fuller brings in some of that experience. Last year, he was lucky enough to be in the same room as Xavier Howard. So he's already been with a lot of great corners, and he's played against a lot of great receivers. So for him to have this kind of experience so early on in his career, I'm sure it's been able to help him grow leaps and bounds. So I'm really excited to see what his development looks like, and if he can actually have some kind of significant playing time this season, because, man, what a pickup that is.
Yeah, and you saw, like, there's certain quotes of him saying, like, I'm not just here to make the team, I want to play. So he's definitely motivated. Like you said, he's had great role models, at least, as far as from that side of the ball. Kendall Fuller now too, obviously Xavier Howard in the past, and Jalen Ramsey. So it's going to be cool, man. And a guy that I do want to see step up eventually is Cam Smith. I know he's injured right now, but, if this guy can step up and Ethan Bonner, that's a good trade-off at least. We're not really losing there if we get this guy to be there. So.
I have faith Cam Smith is going to come back and be a dog for us. But
for sure.
Speaking about dogs, Quinton Bell had actually some interesting words to say, and let's just run that clip here.
My main goal is just gaining trust with this coaching staff, showing them that I come out every day, I work hard, I get better, and that you can trust me on Sunday. That's what I want to do. I want to gain trust.
I need to know how you go from a college receiver to an NFL pass rusher.
It's a crazy story. I want to make a movie one day, definitely. In my junior year, I played receiver my first 3 years. We got a new coaching staff that came in at Prairie View, and the DC and the defensive line coach saw something in me, and they saw something in me, and they came and met with me and said, hey, we want you to play D-line. And at first, it was a crazy request. I didn't know how I felt about it, but they started talking about opportunities, the NFL, and you know what? I was like, I have nothing to lose. I don't want to look back on this and say, I wish I would have tried that. And I would probably say to this day, it's probably the best decision I've ever made.
Were you a good receiver?
I was fast, but
the hands were good?
The hands were okay. The speed was there. The route running was subpar. I would say that I wasn't probably going to get an NFL opportunity at receiver, and I will admit that.
So, obviously, they saw something that it was a blessing in disguise. What was the transition for you like in the NFL, learning the intricacies of being an edge rusher?
The main thing that I learned right away, instantly, was that my athletic ability can only get me so far. I need to learn on the techniques. I need to get better technically. I feel like in college, I made a lot of plays just off my pure athleticism. And when I got to the league, I realized these players are better. I'm fast, but they're fast too. And so that was the main thing in the transition for sure.
So, yeah, he definitely looks like a dog, not a guy I would want to go up against. But, defense is looking to turn some heads this season. So, hopefully we can fire on all cylinders. We're going to have Jalen Ramsey, knock on wood, to start the season. And, and even towards the end of the season now, if we could stay healthy throughout and then pick up, with Jalen Phillips and of course Bradley Chubb, that's going to be significant to our playoff push. But, aside from that, who do you think needs a big performance the most in the preseason? Maybe not even just this game, but going in the entirety of the preseason. Who do you think really needs to show out to secure their spot or whatever it is?
I want to say I'm going to talk about Jody Fortson again.
Okay.
Just because, as soon as we signed him, I thought he was going to have a huge chance to make this team, just going up against Julian Hill and Tanner Connor as far as, getting that third tight end spot. But he's been, lacking in that department. I think he's actually taken a huge step behind Julian Hill, which, going into training camp and all that, I thought he was going to have the advantage, right? Just being able to catch the coach's attention with his flashiness and speed and jumping ability, but it seems like Julian Hill has him beat there. And from what I'm hearing, or what we've been hearing in camp, is that Julian Hill is like a brick wall, and he's fantastic at run blocking. So that's already going to catch the coach's attention. So we need to see this guy step up. If he's not stepping up in practice, at least step up in these preseason games and, make a name for yourself and catch the coach's attention. So
okay,
I would have to say him.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I like that pick. I'm going to say the guy who needs to have a really big performance in the preseason is going to be Mike White. And I have Mike White because Skylar Thompson has been playing really, really well.
It's been neck and neck, apparently. So
yeah, and Skylar Thompson is the cheaper option.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make much sense to have, the same type of performance or output if the person is going to be paid less.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Mike White, he needs to have a big performance to prove that he's going to be that second option at quarterback over Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, I would 100% agree there. It seems like it's almost Mike White's job to lose, coming into this thing, right? But then Skylar Thompson's been just there with him, and it's not anything special that Skylar Thompson's doing. It's just Mike White hasn't really lived up to that second string quarterback reputation that he needed to. So, You get a guy in Skylar Thompson that's a lot cheaper. And on top of that, it's his 3rd year in the system with Mike McDaniel as well. He's been here since Mike McDaniel got here. So that might also be an edge, for him. So there's a couple factors. So if it's super neck and neck all throughout, even in preseason, I don't see the need in keeping Mike White.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you don't want him in there. Obviously, knock on wood, we don't want anything to happen to Tua, but
yeah, you're not counting on
Mike White to keep the season alive, right?
Yeah, this whole team runs, with Tua.
So I guess with that mentality, why not just cut him? If they're going to be neck and neck, cut him. And then in the event of anything tragic, we end up getting someone off the street, like what the Browns did with Joe Flacco or anything else, maybe a Ryan Tannehill, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but...
Yeah, well, hopefully that's not going to be needed, but...
It won't be, but, just devil's advocate,
Yeah, but I'm honestly just so happy that football's back. It is finally here. Like,
finally
are you
here,
kidding
man.
me?
It
doesn't feel real right now.
Yeah, there was just such a lull. It was so hard to make any type of videos, but, we'll stay more consistent now.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely excited to partner up with BetUS. I think it's awesome what they're doing over there. And we got another few things in the works, some merch that we're super excited to pump out so you guys can see.
We've already put out some merch. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, check out joinphinhub.com. We got some Tua merch, some Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey, Dan
Maybe
Marino.
You can put a little slideshow here, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few tees in there. And if you guys have any requests, let us know. We're more than happy to collab on some of those. So
yeah,
no,
honestly, whatever you guys think of, I mean, we can make it. Honestly, this guy's a mastermind with all these little designs. So
I wouldn't say mastermind, but yeah,
we can put some together. So yeah, man, it was fun doing this again.
Yeah, definitely.
Got to do another one soon.
Oh yeah, and go Dolphins.
Go Dolphins.
Let's make some noise tonight.
Alrighty, guys. Well, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and
leave us a comment.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Fins up.